Welcome back to Brandon Farm and welcome to my greenhouse. We're growing messy over here. So right now I'm going to repot some of my seedlings that I started that just have multiple plant starts in them. I've been putting it off and putting it off. I don't know why. You're going to have to ignore this hair today. That's what I'm going to do today. So I have peat moss, perlite, and my worm compost in here, and I'm going to add some blood meal and some bone meal, just a smidge, just to kind of add those nutrients back to the soil, and then I will start filling up pots and up potting some of my seedlings. Okay, I just have like this Stay Green blood meal, bone meal. I'm just going to sprinkle it just a little bit, and I also have the blood meal. Blood meal stinks, like real bad. Probably why I have it in a baggie. Just gonna stir that up. And even though I've pre-moistened this, it's still on the dry side. And then start filling up my pots. So I think for today, I'm just gonna do all of my cucumbers, because there is a lot. So I'm not going to fill them up all the way, just about halfway. And these are just cheap pots that I've saved over the years. They're just a little bit bigger than those 2.5-inch green pots. Oh, there's a little wormy guy. Save the wormies. So I got my little dibber tool, since I got the fat fingers. And then I'm just going to take one of my pots here. And these are the pink banana squash. And I'm just going to see if I can get one of these to loosen up. Right now I have 2 in this pot. Oh yeah, look at that root system. Look at all those roots. That's insane. So it's definitely time to up pot this. So I'm just gonna stick this little guy in its new little pot. Push those roots down. And then I'm just going to backfill with that same soil. Oh yeah, all of these roots coming out the bottom. This is a summer squash. All I'm doing is pinching the sides of this pot just to kind of get that soil to loosen up. These roots look absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, could not be happier with these roots. So then I'm just gonna repot this guy. Backfill him. There we go. It's gonna be a problem though, because I'm gonna need to make more labels. So this is actually something that's fairly new to me. Up potting. I used to up pot at Ace Hardware whenever I worked at Ace Hardware. I was going to college in Stephenville. And I worked out in the nursery and we would up pot things. But as far as like doing my own kind of up potting, this is all new to me. Okay, so this is a cucumber. It looks like there are 5 cucumbers in here. Coming apart great. I'm just gonna up pot that, backfill with some soil. Like I said, this is kind of all new to me, but it's a fairly simple concept, I would think. All you're doing is giving the plant more room to grow. Because if you leave it in these little pots, all those roots are just gonna get tangled and you're gonna end up with a mess. And then your plant is gonna struggle because it's not gonna have ample room to really grow. So instead of crowding my plants, these are all from the freak out. Whenever my seeds got so-called ruined, and I just filled a bunch of pots with a bunch of stuff and overseeded the heck out of it. So that's what this is all from. So now it's my turn to rectify the problem. So I'm just going to push these roots down and backfill. I'm just gently pressing these in. I don't want to compact that soil I just want to give them some more room to grow. We're gonna need more labels. It's a little warm out here in the greenhouse. I'm gonna have to lose this sweatshirt here in a minute. Another thing that's fairly new to me is bottom watering, and I'll tell you why. That's why those roots are so long and healthy, is because I'm bottom watering. They're being forced to go down into the soil versus staying at the top. Okay, 2 down, a million more to go. Okay, so this is just a whole bunch of me filling up pots and repotting plants. It's not the most informative video. I just want to say, you know, if you're following us on Instagram or Rumble or Facebook, like, thank you. Thank you for supporting our little business here. We've had talk of merchandise coming. We want to get hats made and probably sweatshirts made. Our Grow Messy logo. So Grow Messy is kind of like a subheading of Grow Brandon and Farm. It's kind of windy, so that's what you're hearing in the background is my greenhouse and the neighbor on this motorcycle. It's a little motor scooter. If you are at all into gardening, like if gardening is your thing, when you start your own seeds and you have to up pot them, it's very calming and very therapeutic. I'm just in my greenhouse, enjoying it, up potting my plants. I'm amazed by these root systems, like truly amazed. And I can really attest that to being bottom watered. That's where those roots come from. Those root systems are insane. Like this little teeny pot has 5, 6, 7, 8 cucumbers in it. Like just that one little plant and that root system is insane to me. Insane. And they smell like a cucumber. They smell so good. All I'm doing is separating these plants out as gently as I can. They're already starting to form their true leaves. What is happening with the children? And I'm just taking my little dibber and just kind of pushing those roots down. These plants, since there's so many of them, will either be sold for a plant sale or they'll be donated to like my neighbors and my family. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been decorating my greenhouse because I can. We don't have really anything big coming up. It's basically just the same stuff. I come down to the greenhouse, I water everything, I check on everything. I'm laying eyes on my plants every single day. That way I know if there's a problem or like deficiency that I need to address. And like I said earlier, I have added bone meal and blood meal. And the only other fertilizer that I'm using right now is going to be the worm castings. When we did our last haul of the worm castings, we got quite a bit. So I gave some to my mom. I still have some extra. I have a gallon-sized bag full of fresh worm castings. And I was going to do the worm tea, and I probably still will. I just haven't had the chance to. I will have an affiliate link to Hey It's a Good Life, Natalie. And she's got worm courses and everything. Matter of fact, she gave me a freebie course that I can link here in the bottom of the show note. If you want more information on worm farming and all of that, I have my experience with worm farming, and I'm glad to share that with you. That's what I want to do, is I want to share all of my experiences with you. But if you're wanting to take a course and kind of get like a deeper dive into more of the knowledge and that side of things, Natalie's a great resource. So like I said, I will drop that freebie link in the bottom in the description, and you guys can check that out. Okay, we're still up potting over here. I'm telling you, it's gonna take a minute. We've got probably 60 plus cucumbers happening. So I just wanted to show you right quick. This was in the same pot. So I have this little munchkin, and then I have this guy over here, which has got a significant amount of roots. I don't know if this one's gonna survive, but we're gonna give him a chance. So we're just gonna up pot both of them. He just won't go as deep in the soil as say some of the other ones will, which is completely fine. Just up potting all the seedlings. And by all I mean, I'm just doing the cucumbers. And I'll tell you why, because I'm terrified. This is not something that I'm used to, nor is it something that I've like built my confidence in. So in my mind, to start building that confidence and to start growing messy in this sense. So my cucumbers, my squash, things that are a little bit more hardy, to me anyway. I'm not as gentle or finesse with my plants. So yeah, these little tomatoes, which are next, I'm terrified of, and I don't know why. They're just so tiny, and there's so many in there. I mean, I'm gonna have like a plethora of plants. And I just restocked the soil. I was running a little bit low. So again, I have peat moss, perlite, worm compost. There's worm castings in there, and there's also blood meal and bone meal, just to add a little bit of nutrients back into it. So I don't know if you can tell by this video, probably not. I will give you a little tour here at a minute. I've been adding to this greenhouse, and I'm loving it. I feel like it's finally my style, and shows kind of my personality and what I like, and I really like it. So I've hung a couple things up, and I've got some shelves up to help with plants because I have a lot of plants. I'm starting with just a pot of soil, okay? My little pre-made soil mixture. So before I put my little seedling in there, I'm using my dibber, and I'm just creating like a little hole right here in the center. I'm going to drop in my plant, and then I'm going to gently just kind of push down on these roots to get them in there. And then I'm just going to backfill. And by backfill, I mean I'm just adding more soil to the pot. And then I'm just kind of lightly pressing down. And that is my completed repot. So I have about 2 more to go here. These really healthy looking cucumbers, and you see they're dripping. Just watered them not that long ago, I think yesterday. These are pick a bushel cucumbers, and I have no idea what company they came from, because this is again from my freak out seed moment when everything got wet. But that's okay. We're not gonna freak out. It's a part of growing messy. It's a part of being okay with it. Clearly I can't write and talk at the same time. Again, I'm just making my little tag. You can't see that. Sticking it in, so that way every pot has a tag, because if not, I'm gonna forget what they are. You know, after you write a word for so long, so many times, it starts to not look like a word anymore. It's kind of where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna give you a tour of this greenhouse after I get all these plants repotted. All right, let me just give you a quick tour of this greenhouse. All right, so right when you walk in, you see my big blue bucket. That's my big blue bucket of soil. I grabbed this anti-fatigue mat off of Target. It was on clearance. This clear, well, white bucket, I should say, is all my chicken treats. This right here, my little stool that I've been sitting on, is actually something I found off the side of the road. It like flips into like a step ladder, and then you can flip it into like an ironing board. It's kind of cool. I don't know, I like it. It works. So then we added these shelves. So I have all of my plant starts up on these shelves. You can see I've got a bunch more that I need to separate. Like a bunch. All of those tomatoes. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. So then I just have my little bucket full of tools and books, resources. I have my pendants that I'm gonna hang up. Hung up my little chicken sign. Isn't that cute? These are all the cucumbers that I'm working on. That's my soil bucket that I leave out to work with. And then on this corner, I have my bucket of worm compost, and then I just have my little tray. Anyway, I know this is kind of like a weird off video, but we're just getting back in the swing of things. Hung this guy up too. We're just decorating. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with me and watching me repot cucumber seedlings. Did you start seeds this year? Are you starting any cucumbers? Are you having to repot all of these cucumbers? Or is it just me? I have a lot. I'm talking like 70 cucumbers. Do I know where I'm gonna put them all? No, I have no idea. But if you need a cucumber, message me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you like our channel. So we'll see you later. We'll go and get that freeze frame. Let's get some hair here. Maybe a couple seedlings. I look crazy. Okay. We'll see you.